Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Adam's Awesome Animals. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favourite gecko species I keep. It's these guys in here. They are giant leaf-tailed geckos, or Uroplatus fimbriatus. They're absolutely fantastic geckos, really different and unique among geckos. They're found in Madagascar, which is a pretty amazing place in that the animals that are found on Madagascar are found there and nowhere else. And these guys have evolved to live in the rainforest of the islands and inhabit quite humid areas of tropical rainforest. And they can typically be found lying on the branches with their heads pointing downwards. And obviously during the daytime, that's when they're asleep. And they've evolved this amazing camouflage to make them blend in with their surroundings so that predators and passers-by wouldn't know what they are. They'd look at them and think they're part of the wilderness, part of the trees, and that's what I love about them. It's their cryptic camouflage they have. They've also got an amazing tail, which obviously, as the name suggests, looks like a leaf. It's absolutely incredible. It doesn't look like a tail at all. And in some species, like the satanic leaf-tailed geckos, it's even gone as far as having veins and even little edges like they've been eaten by bugs, just to make them look even more leaf-like. So the habitat of these geckos, guys, is pretty much, dense rainforest of Madagascar. Some of them are found in quite dry, different parts of forest, but these guys are typically found in quite wet tropical rainforest. And it's very green, very lush, with lots of vines and trees and things like that. So they've actually evolved their skin to look like moss or bark, so that when they're actually asleep during the daytime, they just blend in with their surroundings. They also have a fringe around their body and around their jaw, which as they hug the tree when they're resting, those fringes help them melt into the actual tree or log that they're sitting on, so that they don't cast a shadow, so they become part of the tree. It's absolutely amazing camouflage. And in the wild, there would be leaf tails everywhere, and if you walked around the forest, you just wouldn't see them because the camouflage is that good at keeping them hidden. So as you guys may or may not know, geckos have amazing, remarkable toes to help them stick to things, but not all geckos do. Some geckos live on the ground, therefore they don't need sticky toes, do they? Because they're living on sand or on the ground, they don't climb things. But these geckos most certainly do have sticky toes, and they serve a very good purpose because they live up in the trees, and that helps them climb with ease, vertically, horizontally. They can even hang upside down using their toes to support their body weight. It's absolutely amazing. And the way their toes work is they're covered in these folds of skin, and within those folds of skin there are tiny microscopic hairs, and on those hairs there are even more hairs. So it's a very complex thing, the gecko toe, as to how it helps them stick to a surface and defy gravity, which is absolutely remarkable. And also another really cool feature about these geckos is the fact they don't actually have eyelids. Some geckos do have eyelids, but these guys don't. And basically they're nocturnal, so their eyeball is huge in comparison to their head, okay? And the way they clean their eye, they can't blink like we do to protect the eye. They don't have eyelashes either. They actually lick their eyeball to clean any debris, or if it rains, water droplets will form on their eye and they will literally have a drink by licking their eye. It's absolutely remarkable. Also, these geckos have markings and patterns in their eye. Because their eye's open, it's showing off that they're an animal, isn't it? So if they had an eye like a human, a predator would be able to see it. So their eyeball's actually camouflaged like the rest of their body. And these guys have special yellows and reds to blotch out the markings of the eye to make it look less eye-like than it can. And the pupil, as the night comes in, the vertical pupil, a bit like a cat's pupil, will get bigger and bigger, and that's what allows them to see at night time, is their big pupil they've got. So guys, this is the female leaf-tailed gecko. Isn't she absolutely gorgeous? And this is just to give you a rough idea of the size of them. Obviously, in the tanks, you can't really get an understanding of how big they are, but they're called the giant leaf-tailed gecko for a reason. You can see they're absolutely monstrous, almost look like a crocodile even. And she's quite relaxed just on my hand. She's having a look around. I've just woke her up. As I said, she's normally asleep during the daytime, but she doesn't mind too much. And she's having a good look around. Look at those big, beautiful eyes. And the lovely tail. Beautifully designed. And she will change colour. She's quite pale at the minute, but at night time she goes quite a dark brown grey colour. So they can change colour, not like chameleons. Chameleons are a bit more specialised, but geckos like this certainly can change colour to suit their surroundings. And even under the chin there, you see those little folds of skin. Oh, she's having a lick. They're the folds of skin I mentioned about that allow her to blend in and almost melt into her background so that she doesn't cast a shadow. And geckos do have ears and they can hear quite well. These holes on the side of her head are her ears, so she can hear things rustling and, you know, things moving in the forest. And these geckos, believe it or not, can actually make a noise. When they're threatened by a predator, they lift their tail up, make themselves look as big as possible, and their eyes pop out of their head even more than they already are. And they open their mouth and they can actually scream, and it's quite scary when they do it, which again is a form of defence to stop an animal wanting to eat her. If you look at her toes, she lifts her foot up, each toe will curl backwards. And these geckos are really good at jumping. So in the tree canopy, she can actually jump from different branches. She can jump about 2 foot in length, which is quite far for a big gecko like this. So they're very agile. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, Adam's Awesome Animals, and we'll see you soon.